Thank you, Mr. President. I think this amendment and the underlying amendment may be very helpful. I do want to raise a question about the process, though, because this bill is clearly not what we call ready for prime time for the Senate floor for the night of final passage of the Health and Human Services bill, having blank appropriation or blank dollar amounts on page 3, line 25. That's not a finished product. And this may be a very good bill, but I think when you have Senator Wicklund, Senator Little working on this issue all session, hearing their bills would be a good thing to do. We could have thorough discussion in committee, which would be appropriate, whether this bill or Senator Wicklund's bill or both of them. Hear the concepts, discuss the merits of it, discuss the weaknesses and the strengths of it, because it's not like this is just something, well, you know, these folks are a little bit of hardship. This is it kills you if you don't get the insulin you need when you need it. And the whole concept of our system that we'll try and put in a plug here, and if you are uninsured or have no prescription drug coverage and you're less than 400% of the federal poverty line, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, we've got all these little cracks. We're trying to plug them in, and late at night on a last night, the bill is being put together. And so I expect to support this and the underlying amendment as steps forward. But I just think we should think through the process a little more and how we can make sure we consider these issues. Because I would say that the entire insulin assistant program that Senator Wicklund and others have done, I think she and others would acknowledge is a stopgap. It's not going to fix the problem. It'll just help prevent a crisis for people who die if they can't get it quickly enough. And with Alex Smith, who I think he was insured until a couple months or less before he died, the timeline and waiting for application, it's a real problem. And this won't fix it. But I think it's something we ought to do tonight. And I'm glad, I believe Senator Wicklund's House companion bill is in the House bill, so this will be discussed in conference committee. But let's think through. Senator Benson, I really would encourage you next year to hear bills like this during the session instead of wait till the last night and throwing together a floor amendment that may be reasonable, may be very good, somewhere in that range. But for now, I encourage people to vote for it, but let's do better than this.